Good afternoon and happy summer solstice, the longest day of the year, right? And it's Friday, which means it's Venus Day. Venus Day. Spirit meant to say something else, and I guess that's for somebody very, very special in the collective. We're going to do a general message and see what this solstice energy is bringing in, and then we're going to do a love message for the collective. We won't be doing any readings on the live. We will only be doing readings for subscribers either to the Patreon and the TikTok when we do the Patreon live, starting with the first one, the inaugural one, this Wednesday. Right. But definitely feel free to ask any questions about whatever comes out on the live today. It's Friday. The sun is shining here in New York. It is ridiculously hot, but I'll take the heat. I will take the heat. I don't know when the city became a subtropical climate, but here we are. As long as we get no more rain, even though I think there's more in the forecast, I'm a happy camper. We are getting ready to experience our first heat wave. And it's kind of, because I don't believe in coincidences, but it's just a tad bit suspicious that we are going to experience our first heat wave around the same time we experience the new moon in Cancer. We already know that Cancer season is all about home life, emotional stability, and family. The spotlight is on home life, emotional stability, and family. With the solstice pairing with the other energies, of all the cosmic happenings that's been happening since November. Like everything is tying together. If you've been paying attention to how that little ball has been jumping up and down in your life, bringing you wish fulfillment, sometimes taking things away in order to bring you that wish fulfillment, you will notice. And this is why you guys were asked to get that astrological planner so you could actually note things down as they were happening around the cosmic happenings. Like, did you note what was going down during eclipse season in March? What had ended? Especially when it comes to what had began the end of September last year, the beginning of October with that eclipse season, right? It all pairs together. It always pairs together if you're paying attention, and you will know how good or how not so good you've been paying attention to what in accordance with what's being revealed to you today, right? What's being revealed to you all week. Things, if you've played this game right, you've set your intentions, you've done your affirmations, you drew out on your vision board what you want to manifest, and you've been firm and clear about the vision that you hold for yourself, you should have gotten signs all along the way. If you haven't gotten signs and you're still lost in the sauce, raise your hand, right? Raise your hand and we will talk about it after we channel the reading for the collective. Make sure you are following me on YouTube and on Patreon. This should be posted by the end of the day, whatever comes out, that is, right? Or by, as the cards try to jump me, first thing tomorrow morning, right? Holy Spirit, when it comes to this eclipse energies and, the Venus energies of April, right? Because we talked a lot about that. Gemini season and everything else that's been going on. What else does the collective need to know with this solstice energy? Then we're going to pull one from, let me just move these to the side. Feel free to ask any questions as the cards are coming out. The moderators are on deck to keep this a safe and sacred space. We're going to tap in and see what area of your life, because generally, it's emotional stability, home life, and that, all things Cancerian are being illuminated at this time, right? But for this collective, what is being illuminated the most at this time? Okay. We're going to just pull 3 for you guys. Or 4, because there's 45. And then we'll get some Kipper cards later when we pull this thing. First and foremost, right? Going back to March, things that happened between March and May. That was the biggest moment of illumination when it comes to the people, places, and things that you had to release, because friends who weren't really your friends, yeah, Spirit pointed them out to you and made it clear who needs to be released and who gets to stay, because you know this next chapter is dawning for you. You know that your next cycle is filled with a lot of good things, and you've been told repeatedly a lot of the players that were with you from the very beginning, even if you thought they were faithful and loyal to you from the very beginning, they can't go where you're going. Their role in your life, their journey, the part of their journey that aligned with yours is over, right? People who have been sending you the evil eye, people who have been trying to get in your way to try to prevent you from your greatness or talk you out of your greatness. Some of you had friends that specifically gave you bad advice. They went out of their way to give you bad advice because they know that you trusted them and you trusted their word, and they used that to their advantage to keep you small. But that day is over. Forgive them. Pray for them, right? But truly forgive them and put those chapters behind you. And you know, once you put a chapter behind you, it's behind you. And it's behind you for good. Anybody who has shown that they don't fully support you, they're not 10 toes down for you, right? Even if it's your own mother, let them go. You deserve a peaceful, abundant, prosperous, stable life. In order to have the stablest, right? It's time to release the Judases in your life, right? It's time to let them go. Especially if they're a Gemini. I don't know why they just said that. You're about to take a leap of faith. You've gotten, again, all the tools, you've gotten all the information, you've gotten all the confirmations that you need to take that next step. Whatever you've been thinking about beginning, go. Do it. Sign up. Put in the paperwork. Put in the bid. Do what you have to do, especially when it comes around the new moon in Cancer next week. I believe it's on the 25th. It should be on the 25th, right? Go for it. Whatever you've been dreaming of, thinking of, no matter how impossible it seems. Solstice always reminds us, the summer solstice always reminds us that any and everything is possible once you put your mind to it. The winter solstice is about going within, digging deep, doing the healing, going through the darkness of your soul, right? Doing it yourself, or the universe is going to give you a dark night of the soul to make you do that inner self-reflection and that inner work in order to manifest that happily ever after, that dream that you've been dreaming of, in order to manifest them into your reality. This out of sight card coming out is confirmation that whatever you needed to let go of, whatever bridge you needed to burn, especially in May, because a lot of these transformations happen between March and May. Whatever needed to be released, let it go, right? Be free and clear of any of the drama, of people using you, of you being exploited for your gifts or your talents or your resources. Let them all go, right? This is your time to stand unapologetically, right? Birthday suit and all. Stand unapologetically in your I am. Whatever your I am is, who cares? So-and-so thinks it's ridiculous and it's never going to happen for you. Who cares what anybody believes? It all boils down to what you believe. What do you believe? What do you want for yourself? What are you manifesting into your life? What are you calling in? If you keep in the energy, oh my God, nothing works out for me and it's so hard, and you're going to go into a cycle where you have experiences that align with that. But if you get into your effort attitude and just keep moving forward, now, if you accidentally burned a bridge that wasn't supposed to be burned, fate would have it that that person will catch up with you in another timeline. There's no wrong, right, when it comes to trusting your intuition. It's your intuition. It's your internal compass guiding you to where you need to be. And a lot of those people that you're hanging on to, rolling with because they were your A1 day ones until they weren't, right? You're being called to let go of. Let go of them. What is the solstice bringing light to? Air signs, Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio. Where's my loca? How are you, my love? The things that have kept you trapped, right? Oh, so-and-so is throwing the evil eye. They're doing witchcraft. They're doing this. They're doing that, right? They're always running to HR and complaining about me and questioning my work. And then at the end of the day, how people treat you is a reflection of how they see themselves. Take none of it personal. When you stand unapologetically in your I am, people have no choice but to treat you accordingly. So if you think you're small and you're never going to amount to nothing, and you're walking around like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, then people are going to treat you like Eeyore, right? Based on the energy that you're giving off, based on the frequency that you're giving off. When you sit back and really do the inner work, the shadow work some of you have been running from, stop that, right? This moment, right? Under the energies of the summer solstice, our shadows are exposed for the world to see, but most importantly, to give us a big old push to do the work that needs to be done once and for all. Because when you look within and you really line everything up objectively, get your feelings out of it, you will realize it's your thoughts that kept you trapped. Yes, somebody was doing evil eye, and we could talk about that until we're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, once you align your thoughts about where you want to go, unapologetically, the energy has no other choice but to flow in that direction. Energy flows where attention goes, right? Or something like that. When we see the Eight of Swords, we see this person like, oh my God, they're in peril, they're trapped. No, they're not. They're not, right? The swords aren't around them. They're to either side of them, right? The water, there's water around, but this is nothing that one can drown in. Is barely a puddle, and these bindings, they could do a good old kappa shake right after that, right out of it, right? Do that shimmy, right? That shoulder roll right out of these things. Take off their blindfold and move forward. Take off your blindfold and move forward. Start looking at life from a different perspective, because evidently the old way you were looking at life and things and people, how well did it work out for you? Think about it. Objectively, get out your feelings, right? Even though Cancer season wants us to feel all the feels and react rather than respond, Spirit is asking us to really look at the picture clearly, objectively, so that we can move accordingly and finally have that transformation that we needed to go through. Some of us are on the other side of that transformation and reaping the benefits of doing the work. Others of us are catching up. Nobody's judging you. Nobody's grading you. We're just all asking you to get up and do the work. Let go of what needs to be let go of. Release the things, the thoughts, the self-handicapping thoughts, right? You getting in your own way type of thoughts, so that you can move forward unapologetically. With this chariot, Big Daddy Michael, Archangel Michael, is fully with you, swore to his side, not drawn, because you have to make the decision how you're going to cut through and move forward. Use the energies of today to sit and meditate on how you're going to move forward in this beautiful thing that we call life. Now that you know everything you need to know to make a good, objective decision on the how to move forward. Your guides, your angels, they've been showing you all the signs and synchronicities. You've missed a lot of them because you're so focused on the one thing that's going wrong. You haven't noticed everything that's going right. You haven't noticed that the thing that you've been praying for every single night has already been resolved. You don't hear me. What else does the collective need to know at this moment? All about releasing, right? Because everything seems to be falling in that one area, except for that one. And we'll stop there. You have community crossing all of this, but you also have great fortune, toil and labor, being in prison, right? That Eight of Swords energy, all of the things that you've been pouring your heart and your soul into manifest, all of the things that you've been trying to call forth have been delayed because you've been around frenemies that you called A1 day ones. You've been around people that you thought was your soul tribe, you thought was your community, you thought was your friends, but they were just karmics here to teach you a lesson on how to make room for your blessing. Because either way you spin it, that's what a karmic does. Whether it's a karmic lover, friend, or family member, or boss, or that police officer, right? Whomever it is, they're here to teach lessons and prepare us for that next leg of the journey. And for a lot of you, going back to that 13th, that transformation is bringing you to that wealth, not just that money wealth, right? But being at peace, right? Having the freedom to move as you please without worrying about stepping on somebody's toes or somebody's feelings or not having enough. You're coming into a season where all you have to do is just be, and you're going to be at peace. But you got to allow it, right? You got to keep walking away from people, places, and things that do not serve your highest and your greatest good. People are going to say, oh, you switched up, you're changing, you're different, you're supposed to be. What does my good man Darwin say about evolution? Yeah, about that. Your soul is meant to evolve. That's why you incarnated during this time. The most craziest time in history, might I add. Millennials, how are you guys doing? You've been faced with unprecedented events since your late teens. You've been hit with so much world history that you've been a part of. I salute you guys, because what? What? It's been a lot over the past 25, 26 years to get through. And the generations after that, same to you because you've experienced it too, right? A lot of the first time events in world history in 100 years and 200 years and 500 years, it's never happened, right? It's going to continue to happen, such is life, because the world is evolving. So you must too evolve or get left behind. You choose. That is the message. Let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about before we get into the love reading. We won't be doing any readings on the live again, right? We'll only be doing the readings for the Patreon subscribers, the one card pulls on Wednesdays during that live, which will be around the same time we go live regularly, which could be any time between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you will get a message on Patreon as to when we're going live next Wednesday. I'm excited because the energy is going to be more just us and nobody peeping from the FYP. So definitely sign up for the Patreon if you would like to be involved. Layla, how are you? Miss Nicole. Miss Nicole. Miss Nicole. I would like everybody, all 49 of y'all, to right now in the comments, please wish Miss Nicole the happiest B-Day ever. Happy B-Day, Miss Nicole. Happy B-Day, Miss Nicole. Happy B-Day. I need everybody right now. Birthday wishes for Miss Nicole right now. Send that good, pure love into the universe for a perfect stranger for most of y'all, and watch it comes back to you, blessed and multiplied. Hey, Nas, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Mars, how are you? Hey, Loca. Loca. Oh, my water's finished. What the hell? Oh, the other bottle. Because I was like, how did I do that? Honeybee. Wow, the whole soul tribe is here. Hello. Killer bee. Kill or be killed. Hey there. How are you? How are you? How are you? Let's see who else is here before we get into the love reading. ATM Divine. How did everything go on Tuesday? Isolde, how are you? Wanga Tong Tong. Oh my God, everybody's here. How are you? Kim Divine, how are you? 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 Who did a release? Did a release the last couple of days and feeling that beautiful. It feels good, doesn't it, Layla? Doesn't it? BBM 48. Ow. Is that BBM as in Blackberry Messenger? I heard Blackberry is coming back. I will be the second person to sign up for one because you guys know how I love Blackberries. Who else is here? Hey, Kay, I'm so grateful that you were here to receive what you needed to hear. Hey, Coco. Hi, Dorsey. Happy Friday indeed. What are you guys doing today? Hi, Jackie. Oh, what are you guys doing today, right? To do some self-care and honor the beautiful, magical human being that you are. Boogie, woogie, woogie. How are you? Prophet Pathways. Hey, my love. How are you? I think I got to everybody. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Shaw, for wishing the beautiful, the marvelous, the magnificent Miss Nicole. A happy birthday. And with all the energy coming through, your guys have a lot to say to you, but you already know, right? How do they say? All gas, no brakes? Keep going. Sharan. Hey, Marcy. Wait, did you get my email yesterday? Did I send the email? I got to double check. All right, scrolling back to the bottom. I'm cleaning and getting my office back. I love that because that means you're getting ready. I like that. Remember the chains? Yes. Jess. Rescheduled to this Tuesday. That's fine. That's fine, right? Because they can't outrun the inevitable. Trying everything that they can, but you can't. To put it in simple terms, you really, really can't. Venice, ooh, hi. You are definitely, it's my pleasure. Took the kids to Dave and Buster's. You see you? That's so nice. You see you? What are you doing with two? Oh, you got foster kitties, Loca. All right, we're going to get into the love reading. It's 3:15. We don't have much time left. Boogie, I pray that you are resting now, right now. You are on my list of people to check in with via text later on today. So I look forward to chit-chatting with you and getting some updates, please. And thank you. Okay. You guys rock. let's just say that. All of y'all. All 40 of you, right? And the people lurking from the FYP. Hey, you want to know why you rock? Because throughout all the tears, all the frustrations, all the anger, all the disappointment, all the negative energy, you fought through all of that. It may not, or you may not be aware, right, of just how transformative 2025 has been over the past 6 months, right? But so many things have been uprooted, the soil turned over, new things planted, and you guys just keep pushing through, right? You've taken breaks when you needed to take breaks. You unplugged when you needed to unplug. Keep going. This is what spirit means when they say keep going, keep doing what you've been doing, because according to how you're moving, and this goes for, yeah, all of y'all. I like that, right? According to how you've been moving, you have no choice but to win. Now, if you give up and you throw in the towel, or you start moving to the left instead of the right, you shift course, well, then that shifts things. But the way you're moving right now, the things you are doing right now, keep doing it. You're headed in the right direction. Anybody, and we've heard this from everybody, right? And I reposted some astrology videos that clearly, tell, because this planet and that planet is bringing light to the truth. We were given the heads up that the last 2 weeks of June that we're entering right now, right, that we are in, right, the last half of June, because of the current cosmic happenings and how the planets are aligned, are going to be filled when it comes to revelations, especially with people that's been a little iffy and there's a lot of question marks around them. Those questions that you've been having about your person, wait it out for the next 2 weeks. Your guides know what you want to know, right? And some of you already know the answer to what you're thinking about. The next 2 weeks are going to be filled with moments where the truth literally falls in your lap. You don't have to go through their phone. Never go through their phone, by the way. Stalk their social media, pop up, run their pockets. None of that. The grace of the solstice is bringing you illumination in every single area. Everything that's dark or foggy or unclear is going to be made clear in due time. You know when you wake up sometimes in the morning and it's foggy out and then the fog lifts? The fog over your life is lifting. There's nothing for you to do, because how you gonna move a fog, right? Even if you have the leaf blower 3000, right? You're not moving that fog. It moves in divine timing. Just know if you're here on Friday, 3:19 Eastern Standard Time, and for some of you, that's an exact angel number that you need to look up after the live. Know that your guides are saying, not just in love, but in every area of your life, the fog is lifting. That being said, let's get into the love message, right? And see what's coming in for the collective. We know this. We've heard this, right? Since April. That dance, that conjunction that Venus had with Saturn, right? We had the planet of love and the planet of destiny, karma, doing a lovely two-step throughout the month of April, right? And it was laying the foundation for changes to relationships, not just love relationships, but friendships and boss relationships, right? Workplace relationships and how they're structured. A lot of light, right, was being revealed in these areas. A lot of epiphanies were being had in the month of April and May, and and June as well. And just because somebody has an epiphany doesn't mean they're ready to act on it, right? Some people needed to do a bit of investigating before they felt it was safe to act on the things that Spirit has been showing them for weeks, months, years when it comes to their relationship. Love relationships that have been up in the air fall under the column of things that are going to be clarified. You're about to know whether your person is your person, and you are encouraged to move accordingly, right? While holding your vision of love, because it's coming in. In the last reading that we posted before going live, it was highlighted that there's going to be a lot of the things that were predicted in April weren't predicted for April. A lot of the things that Gemini season was supposed to do to and did for relationships wasn't supposed to happen in Gemini season, right? The same time you plant the seed is not the same time you eat the fruit, right? April and May laid the foundation, and it's going to unfold as I look up and see 3:22 on the clock over the next 9 months. If you don't have a clear vision of love, make one today. You guys know the routine, right? And if you don't know the routine, is you listen to the song by Vision of Love, The Vision of Love by Mariah Carey, while envisioning your vision of love and allowing the divine, the Most High, to bring it to you because it's coming. Whether you're single, in a situationship, in a relationship, your situation is moving, is elevating to that next level of commitment. Unless it's part of the package of things that needed to fall apart so that the love you're asking for, wanting for, desiring can finally come in, right? Spirit has said time and time again to get rid of the one that's not for you so the one that is for you can find you. That being said, what is the solstice bringing in relationships? For those of you who are in a relationship, situationship, or perfectly single, right? Overall energy is changes, right? Not just for the fire signs, but those long-awaited changes that you put in, right? I wish so-and-so would treat me better. I wish so-and-so was like this, right? In a perfect world, the relationship would look like this. That's what's coming, right? So if you are in a relationship, you can expect, what did I say? That commitment. Someone who, we won't say dragging their feet or cold feet. They just weren't ready because they had to go through that transformation. They had to go through that dark night of the soul. They had to do the work that is necessary in order to bring the love that this relationship needs, is supposed to be, right? The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but he always hits his mark. He always gets the job done. It may have been a long, long time coming for someone to speak up about where this relationship is going, but expect that change to happen over the next 9 months. But it's going to be clear. You're going to know this weekend whether or not this is the person you're going to marry, or it's time to start separating stuff because you guys are breaking up. My folks who are in a situationship, we listen and we don't judge, right? Because life is life. Now with this Ace of Wands, for some of you, and I don't know who it's for because your guides are being really cheeky right now, they're going to literally beat you if you don't get out of this relationship. And that's just for some of y'all. Some of y'all, it's just, you're holding on to something or someone that your guides have been asking you to let go of a long, long time ago. You definitely, some of you, not all of you in the situationship column, you don't have to self-identify or anything, right? This is between you and your guides right now, right? They've been showing you that This person was just for a moment, for a time, for a lesson. They were never meant to be your forever person. And the fact that it's facing the Knight of Pentacles, they were never going to be that King of Pentacles. They were never going to be the one that offer you the stability that you've been seeking. That's a hard truth, a hard pill to swallow. Take it. Wait, no, that's not nice. Spirit, can we say that a different way, please? Some of your guys are very, very harsh right now because they're not being mean. It's more so they're frustrated that because this came out in the beginning, right, of the readings, you've been shown sign after sign after sign, synchronicity after synchronicity, and you're still asking if they're the one, and they've shown you 11 ways that they're not the one. Let them go. And for a small portion of you guys in a situationship, that situationship is changing into something stable, right? But this is your time for you. Remember in the general reading, they said to be objective, like take that clear look at yourself and your actions to see how you got yourself to where you got yourself. Yeah, you could do it. And your future self thanks you for it. My single Pringles. My single Pringles. You won't be single for much longer. The season of singleness serves a purpose. You guys heard me speak about this before, right? It's to prepare you for the one, right? We have books like Calling in the One and 31 Prayers for My Husband and 31 Prayers for My Wife and things of that nature to prepare. There's a lot of hangups you've had, a lot of trauma you needed to get through, a lot of ickiness that was attached to your soul that made you not a good fit to be in the relationship that you were dreaming of, right? Energetically, heart-wise, perfect, but a lot of the things you were holding on to and still reacting from, including those childhood traumas that you just started working on, those things, right? That needed to happen before they could bring you the one, because if they brought you the one, you would fumble them. Or her, right? You will fumble the situation because you would still be reacting from your place of hurt rather than reacting from your healing self or yourself that's filled with hope. And you guys are like, yeah, rather than have you fumble a situation that they're going to have to fix and have you guys meet again in another time, they rather have you work on yourself, by yourself. So when you meet the one, you can receive them mind, body, and soul without being like, oh my God, he's acting like so-and-so, or she's just like so-and-so, and and now you no longer see that person as they are, but as echoes of people from your past. Your season of singleness was to sharpen your vision, so when you receive what you're asking for, you know how to identify it first and foremost, and know how to handle it. Message is repeating itself, right? Let's get some clarity, right? Holy Spirit, do you want to clarify any of these? Okay, we're not going to take the ones that fell. That one fell on the windowsill. We'll leave it there. Okay, we'll just do it like that then. Okay. Folks in a relationship, right? The turbulence, the tension, the arguments, right, revealed all the places where the relationship needs work, where you both needed work as individuals to keep the relationship moving in the right direction. Notice the problem, pray on the problem, and then let it go. Do not keep identifying the problem as the problem. Identify the problem and quickly work towards a solution together. Those of you in a situationship, this is for the group of y'all, the subgroup, right, that's holding on. And I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at whose ever ancestor is hella pissed with you, that just wants to take over the entire live with words that will definitely get us kicked off. We're not going to do that, right? This is for those of you who are still holding on to the person that they've been showing you to let go. Oh, they'll get it together one day and I'm staying for the kids and the kids need their mother and you've got all the excuses, valid excuses. We're not going to run past that. We're not going to discount that, right? That someday is always going to be someday. You're going to be having the same complaints 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now. Do you want to spend the rest of your life like this? That's the real question for you to answer between you and your higher self, you and your guides. You know how they just said, letting go of the one that isn't for you so the one that's for you can find you? Really sit with that, right? Oh, she's not talking about me. Maybe not, right? Maybe not. Maybe, yeah. It's all going back to looking at your situation objectively. Singles. Why does it feel like February, Cupid time for the singles, right? Your guides are like, just hang in there, right? You've done the work, right? You have your vision of love and it's coming. Make sure you are receptive and if you find yourself talking to someone and you go to, oh, I've seen this before, more work needs to be done. If you're talking to Bobby and Mike pops up in your mind, you need to do some more work before you can meet the one that's going to give you that happily ever after. See, the thing with happily ever after, because it comes up in all of the readings, right? Of love readings, right? When we think of happily ever after, we think of the 10 of Cups, right? Because it's this thought. The 10 of Cups is this thought with the rainbows and mom and dad in an embrace and the two kids playing Ring Around the Rosie, right? It's this vision of love, right? And visions are beautiful, right? They give us something to aim for. But the 10 of Pentacles is the reality of it happening, right? The reality of being able to go through the day by day, the day to day with somebody that genuinely has your back, mind, body, soul, right? Someone that holds you down emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Someone who has the same views on relationships as you do. And you guys can work together to uplift one another and live that happily ever after, right? Having that stability with someone that fulfills you on every level is coming. Just allow it. And I didn't see this little sneaky one to the side, so this must be for the singles. This is for, oh, I keep meeting the same people, or why does this keep happening to me, and why do people treat me this way? You guys come to the front. You don't have to self-identify, but listen just a little bit closely, right? Why did it always happen to you? Why were you meeting people that treated you some kind of way that made you want to do some things we can't talk about on TikTok Live, right? Some not nice things. They were all mirrors of you and where you were when it comes to your self-worth. How little were you going to accept in the name of having that happily ever after? In the name of saying you got your Mrs. degree. Let's talk about that, right? How low was the bar set that, and that hit somebody the wrong way? Good, right? Because it was forcing you to do the work. If it gives you an owie, that's where the trauma is. That's where the work needs to be done, right? All these karmics you've been experienced because karmics teach us lessons so that we can receive our blessings, right? Are reminding you of all the different lives you've experienced with them where they did the same exact thing to you. This was the incarnation where you said you were going to rewrite your destiny. What's stopping you? I'll wait. The mind is a beautiful, powerful thing. You hear me say all the time, you are the magic. Once you take command of your mind, of your thoughts, and you say, this is what I want, this is my vision of love, and you hold firm those boundaries, it leads you right to here. Listening to those friends, oh, chivalry is dead and people don't act like that. Oh, that's so old school, right? People don't do that anymore. Your person does. Willingly, without even having to ask. Your person will come to you as if they have your life story already written on their heart. You won't have to teach them how to love you. It would be almost as if somebody already gave them the manual on how to love you. But you gotta love you first before they could come in. And you show the universe, you show the world that you love you first on what you're willing and not willing to accept. Oh, but the kids need and the it sounds good, right? You got a point. But if this is what you want, this is what you gotta be. They say he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing, but you gotta be a husband to find a wife. You've already gotta be in that mind frame of being a husband to find a wife, not being a fuck boy or a city girl or wanting to go on a million dates and be with a million people and, do a million different things and, go to have Kima, Keisha, and Pam, right? Because, you like variety. No. They have to already be in that mindset, right? Often we hear a man will date this one and that one and this one and that one and this one and that one, have a 3-year relationship, a 5-year relationship, and then meet someone 3 months, they're married. Newsflash, they already know. Just like you already know. Men are not complicated. Very simple, very to the point, right? We all are. We know what we want and we do what we need to do to get it, right? If we don't want it, we don't want it. If we want to entertain it, we just entertain it. Stop letting people entertain you or oblige, right? Because you're available. Some of you really need to get serious about those boundaries if you're serious about having that happily ever after. That was like a to the gut, but some of y'all need that wake-up call to understand that what you're asking for when it comes to love is not too much. And maybe nobody else around you is experiencing the vision of love that you want. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You exist, so therefore it exists. Because you have an amazing heart and you're so giving and loving and kind. Your counterpart exists. How the old folks say, every pot has a lid. As long as you start showing up in the energy of being this, you align, you will magnetize with somebody that matches or surpasses that energy. That is your message. That is your message. If we want it, we ought to actually believe it ourselves. Yes. Yes. Wholeheartedly. Mind, body, and soul, down to your bone marrow. I don't like how it's gotten cloudy outside because it means it's going to rain again. Love the total reference. I will always bring up Kima, Keisha, and Pam because why not? And Ricky, Bobby, and Mike. Because why not? Why not, right? Why not? Oh my goodness, so many people joined us. Cupid time, like now, yes, please. I want to hear all about it, right? The dating, the courting, the butterflies. I want to hear about all of it, right? I love. I love, and I love a good love story. So please, yes, bother me with all your love stories. Yes. Gimme. Gimme. Speaking about gimme. Gina, how are you? How's the weather? I just updated my dating profile. Ayo! I love it. All right. Wow. It's 3:40. Pringles aren't... Boo. Pringles aren't single. Yeah, they're stacked, but you know. It's a nice little rhyme. Before we wrap up today's live, any thoughts, questions, feelings? Because there was some jabs given, right? And not to hurt or to harm, but to make you aware of the bits of you that still need healing. Okay? Okay. I too am embracing solitude. With gratitude shine, and I wanted to say sunshine so badly. Every season serves its purpose, right? Even the winter brings us benefit. We need the winter, right? Because all that snow, right, is good for the soil, which in turn is good for the crops and the flowers and the bees and the pollination and the circle of life, yada, yada, yada. This was the energy of the solstice, which is potent, very warm, very, very warm. Very transformative. Hey, new heart. How are you? It's all peace and love. We got to do better. We all got to do better in some area, some aspect, right? Because we're always evolving, right? Anything that stays still and doesn't grow is the same thing about faith without works is also fill in the blank, right? We're keeping it tick-tocky safe. Shout out to the fake TikTok man being extended again. That's funny. Hey, I want to say, and I know you told me before, but we're just going to go for it. Molly, what's it got you thinking about? I've been feeling in transformation. Transformation is always necessary. We go through it, right? This one person said she's 54, which means she's lived 5 lifetimes. And I was like, I feel that. Yeah. There's been at least 5 different versions of you. I could dig it. Like Miley. I gotta remember that. Any other thoughts, questions, feelings? I'm so appreciative that you guys were able to spend this part of your day or your evening with Spirit, the Soul Tribe. Thank you, Soul Tribe, for keeping the space safe, right? And me, we were supposed to do a sunrise live, but the mornings have been so foggy here in New York that unless y'all want to see some fog and some haze, we might just go for it, right? We might just go for it. Anytime, Wanga Tong Tong. This is what I am here for. Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for all of the roses and the gifts. Like I caught some through the corner of my eye. I am very, very appreciative of it. Thank you. If anything, because especially those of you who felt that little poke with some of the messages that were coming out, if you want to just talk about things, right, in an objective manner, right? Don't hesitate to reach out. You are not a bother, right? You can DM me, you can email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I, however, will never, ever, in a season of evers, reach out to you first, okay? Okay. Well, it is Friday. Do something Venusian, right? Spoil yourself, right? Get your nails did, get your hair did, get a facial, mani-pedi. Do something to love on you. Unapologetically get your favorite snack, get your favorite meal, cook your favorite meal. Do something that honors your divinity. Be kind to yourself and to others, and always stay blessed.